Hello again. We are back for some demolding of everything that I made this morning. I'm going to save these two for last. So in the meantime, just sit back and watch it happen. So I know I mentioned earlier in my video this morning that I make crosses as a mission. I call them walking witness crosses. We don't always know how to approach people sometimes when we want to tell them about God. So I make these little crosses. One side says Jesus saves. Some of them just say Jesus. Some of them say faith. And most of them say this. And of course with John 3:15 through 17, which is in context for John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, so that we may have everlasting life. And if I misquoted that, I apologize. The sentiment is still correct. So that's one little cross. I'm going to just try to go through these real quickly, because who wants to watch that? I probably wouldn't stay around and watch a lot of demolding. Oops. Trying to adjust my phone so that you can see what I'm doing. My thing that I hold it in is very stiff, but I want to make sure that you can see what I'm doing, which isn't always easy, apparently. So I'm new to this whole live instructional thing. These all say the same thing, by the way. They're just... When I was at the end of the video yesterday, my clear resin was pretty much setting up. That's why I made this big mess pouring these out, because it was like trying to pour cold honey and it wasn't cooperating. So it is what it is. I didn't want to waste it. So this is, see, got that edge on there, but it'll come off. I'm not worried. So I got a few more of these to demold and we will move on. See, a lot of messy spillover. And I will keep this. I know that sounds weird, but I will keep this and use it as filler, because resin is not cheap. And if you're making a piece that is opaque, not see-through, then you can fill it with things like pieces of resin. You can fill it with rice, which I do a lot. I fill things with rice, especially if you can't see through it. It takes up space, and rice is way cheaper than resin is. Okay, so that's all of those right now. So with the remaining leftovers, I made these faceted hearts. So it's 4 o'clock now, and I think I finished the video right around noon. Everything is seemingly very set. That's pretty. You can see let me see if you can see the swirling of the white and the purple. It's kind of cool. Oh, that's pretty. It's hard to get an angle where you can see it and the light isn't reflecting off of it. One more of those. Very nice. Okay. So I've been making this egg thing for the past 3 or 4 days, I think. It's not very big. I don't know what to expect when I open this, so it's going to be a surprise to everybody. But it's my first time using this egg mold. You know, I got it in the spirit of Easter. Okay, demolding is not always easy, you guys, so just bear with me. So I put some flowers in here, and it was just an experiment. This isn't anything that I plan to do anything with unless somebody just loves it and they have to have it. Oh wow, that's nice and clear. Okay, so... Oh. Alright, so that's what we've got. I don't even know what kind of flower that is, but it doesn't matter. You can kind of see the different layers that I've been doing. I don't know if you can see that in the video or not. But the resin is surprisingly clear. Don't see very much in the way of bubbles. There's a lot of bubbles on that flower, but I did not soak it first. And then I put a bottom on of this purple mica powder. I'll have to cut that off. Overall, I'm actually quite surprised in how it came out. It's pretty. It's heavy too. Okay, so the whole reason we're here, maybe not, but the reason I got on here anyway, is to demold these beach items. So this still is a little bit flexible, which is good because it'll help me get it out of the mold. So let me try to remember to keep you in camera range. So we can turn it over and kind of see the sand and the blue and the white. So let's see if I can show you. This is where it gets fun. So you can flip it out of there. And then pull it around. It's actually quite warm from sitting on my heat mat because it's still on. Get this out of here. And here we go. That's what we've got. It looks very, very similar to the one I made yesterday. And why wouldn't it? It's the same colors. Let me get that one. So this is the one I just pulled out of the mold. And this is the one from yesterday. So they are very, very, very similar. And that's good because that's what I was going for. I really like them. Makes a nice little trinket dish. Alright, we'll put that back. This one, let's see what we have. Okay, I'm happy with how this came out. My shark's tooth is mostly covered up. It just kind of looks like a shell now. Right here. My starfish is good. Everything's in there pretty good. So I'm going to take one of these feet out. It's set up enough for me to do this. Are you ready? Let me see if I can get you to where you can see me taking it out. Oh, see, it came out nice and clean. Got a nice defined footprint in there. See all the toes. Let's get the rest of them out. This one. That one looks good. I'm curious. This one. Ooh, that one looks good. And this is up against the... What's this one against the water too? But this one looks like it's more so against the water. But it's kind of cool because it looks like the wave is coming up on the imprint of the foot. So there's that. Now I'm going to take it out of the mold because I'm going to leave it just like this. I'm going to put the words on here like I did the other one. If I can remember where I put them. That's always my problem. Well, I'm not sure. Here they are. Hold on one second. So I made all of these words yesterday on my Cricut. So it says, it's hard to see. I know it's hard to see. It was then that I carried you. So this one is going to be straight across, whereas the other one has 2 lines. I wanted it to be a little smaller for this one so that it wasn't overpowering. And I know it's white on white and it's really hard to see, but trust me, that's what it says. So let's get this demolded, which I think is a funny word, demolded. But that's what they say. And still, I don't know who they are. Ooh, look at that pretty sand. Yeah, we got some gaps and bubbles there, but it's totally fixable. Ooh, look at that. I like that effect on the back. That's cool. See that white? It's that white that sinks, and I think I mentioned that in the original video. But that's a really cool effect. So, this is it. This is the finished final piece. I will attempt to trim this sharp edge off at a later date when it's hardened. But for now, I will leave it like this. I will put the words on it in just a minute because it's still warm and I don't plan on covering the words, so I want them to stick very well. So that is my complete tutorial, my very first tutorial ever on anything resin. Actually, it's my first tutorial ever on anything. I hope you enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it myself, and I plan on doing this again on a future project. We'll have to wait and see what that's going to be. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you watching, and thanks again. Bye.